All right, we'll go ahead and get started at 6 o'clock. We'll start with our work session tonight. Appreciate everyone being here tonight. Everyone had time to look at the agenda?
I have, but I'd like to amend the agenda.
Okay.
And move number 7 up to right after number 3. And I talked to Cole in last month. He said for a long, we don't have that tonight probably, but a long time to report on the old courthouse.
Mm-hmm.
And he's been at work all day, and so I think it'd be better for him. And if he wants to stay, he knows he's welcome. We talked about it, but
Okay.
move him up after number 3.
After we get the,
Yeah,
okay.
before
All
the
right.
board appointments.
Yeah, we can do that.
I'd like to add 2 more items.
All right.
Number 11, I'd like to discuss splosh purchases and the
Okay.
procedures. And number 12, I'd like to discuss a little bit about North Dade Fire Hall,
Okay.
which is being called Station 4 now.
Okay. North Dade, okay.
Wait, there's not a 12 on here, so we're adding it,
He's adding 11
Just
and
add
12.
it. Yeah,
adding
come up with
11
it.
and 12, okay.
Yeah, add on bottom, then we move 7 up here to.
Yep.
I ain't got
Gotcha.
nothing but
All right.
good comments
Any-
over the whole move.
Any other changes, y'all? Okay, we'll go with him. Everyone had time to look at their previous minutes
Yes.
from our last meeting. Any changes, comments? Okay. All right. Move down number 3, personnel status. We've kind of leveled off a little bit on our jailers, as far as in and out. They seem to have a pretty, Patty and I was talking about today, it's kind of maybe a pretty steady crew over there, and not been a whole lot of changes there. Any questions on? Okay. All right, let's go ahead and get Cole up here. Mr. Atkins? Oh, yeah, Robin, did he talk to you? He's got the viral flu, yeah.
Good evening, everyone.
Evening.
So we'll start with our budget status. We had issued an RFP recently for the doors and hardware scope of the project, and we have yet to receive any responses. So we left this RFP open while we're trying to source additional proposals. I have been in contact with a supplier in Chattanooga, and they're working us up a price, and we hope to get it next week. And then pricing was received for resealing the brick and painting the flagpole and painting the stucco at the base of the building. These items were not in the original scope of work. Pricing for these was received by River City Interiors. Sealing the brick and painting the flagpole was $11,875, and repairing the stucco cracks and painting the stucco is $8,925. The budget has been revised to reflect both of these proposals, and we go ahead and recommending proceeding with this work, just so we can keep the envelope of the building current. And with that, our current contingency based on that is $118,558. Into our scheduled drywall works ongoing. In-wall electrical is complete. Additional ceiling room tile, or the courtroom tiles for the ceiling have been received, and I hope to get y'all a picture of those soon. Our landscaping should be completed by this weekend, as well as our stamped concrete was completed today. And the stairs on the north end of the building. Our open items, a meeting was held with a roofer to evaluate the leaks in the gallery upstairs. Once this report is received, we'll share it with you all and take action from there. And upcoming RFPs include flooring and acoustical ceilings. And then attached on the back of this was a quote from River City Interiors, but that's all I have.
Yeah. The roof of that, we finally got a hold of the company that actually did the work, had the guarantee on it around the edge. Okay, good, yeah.
Oh, no, I haven't.
Yeah, because they're the ones that actually, there's a guarantee on the roof, that one, when we did that, and they did the overlap, and because we had, some leaks, and they did put like a 20-year, and that's only been like 5 years ago, so we
Was
need
it
to.
J.D. Hilton?
I'll have to pull it and see. It was, I'll have to pull it, but it was either Hilton or JD, there's the two different, one or the other, I'm pretty sure.
If you can get over to me, I'll.
Oh, I'll do it tomorrow, yeah, because they send me, because, it hadn't even been noticed at all until we had that rain the other day, and there've been a lot of ins and outs, since they fixed it. It was dry as a bone.
Yep.
So, but the other day we had that blowing rain, it's kind of odd, so, Now, on the seal on the brick, did you
Hey,
tell me that that's already been, have they already done that?
No, sir. It's
Okay,
just,
you've got it, and that's the price for, okay.
It's a price,
okay,
yes, sir.
Okay.
And that's sealing all the walls, all the way around.
Entire building, yes, sir.
Entire building.
And
I thought that was a lot for a flagpole.
That's what I said.
What'd you say?
Well, it's cheaper than
I thought that was
a
a
new
lot,
one, but
the money
still,
to
yeah.
paint a flagpole.
Oh, Lord,
Oh,
yeah.
it's just repainting the flagpole.
Yeah.
it's included with that, yeah.
Mhm.
And it needs painting. I mean, I think
What
that-
about on the electrical? Have we received any change orders from that company?
No, sir. We do
Are we
expect one.
anticipating some?
No, well, I talked with Alex Case about including pulling the data wire.
Right.
We're waiting on a price from that, because their contract only included the rough end, and that's the only,
We're gonna furnish the wire, and
yes,
they
sir,
pull
just
it, yeah.
getting them to pull the wire.
That shouldn't be a great big change order, then, not really.
Wouldn't believe so.
Okay. Any other questions for Cole? Okay, good job, appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
Time.
All right.
Me?
Move down to number 4, board appointments and our proclamations. 4A is Resolution R-40-23. This is a reappointment of Wesley Bradford to our Board of Health, and I talked to Wesley. Wesley is willing to stay on. He's only missed one meeting I know of. I mean, he's a real good board member, and he does attend, so is everyone fine with that? Okay. All right, move down to 4B, Resolution R-41-23. This is the appointment of James Eckhart to the Board of Assessors. I think James is here tonight.
Yeah, he is.
Yep. I
Stand up so
appreciate it.
everybody can recognize.
Yeah, stand up there without, yep, and he's gonna be our new, he's replacing Mr. Easter, Timothy Easter, was a really great board member, and he decided to spend more time with his family and all, and so, we appreciate him changing. James has been here almost 2 years now, 1.5 years in the north end, and
Been coming to the commission meetings and
that's right, he's been coming to our commission meetings, he just wants to get involved, and we appreciate that, appreciate you doing it, yeah.
appreciate a younger person.
Okay, all right.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Everybody fine with that? Before I thank him, we better be, don't want to blackball you there and everything, but anyway, so everybody's good with that, okay? All right. We'll move down to 4C, Resolution R-42-23. This is the reappointment of Shannon Henry to the Northwest Georgia Joint Development Authority. Shannon's missed if he's missed any, he's missed very few meetings. He does attend and he does take part. So everybody fine with that? Okay. All right.
Shannon.
Now, Don, these on the JDA, is that 4 or 5 year appointments? Do you have that? I think on that it's 4, I believe. I think it is. Anyway, okay. Let's move down to 4D. This is a reappointment of John Case to the Limestone Valley RC&D Board.
Yep.
John has been on there for several years, and we've, he really attends and he voices his opinion. I mean, he represents us good on it, and so I don't really have a problem at all with that. And if everybody else is on board with it, okay. All right. All right. When's Mr. Stevens come up? Is his like in another year?
Next year,
Next year, okay. All right.
the 2-year appointments.
Okay, let's move down to 4E. This is a reappointment of George Williams to the Northwest Georgia Regional Commission Board. And George has been on there for a while. I think he's been on there maybe one term. And I didn't pull his attendance record yet, but Dr. George he's a good board member, from what I understand. But ever got any issues with that?
Well qualified person.
Okay.
too.
All right.
Very.
All right. Move down to 4F. This is reappointment of a member to our Water and Sewer Authority. This is Mr. Tony Payne. We just did actually appoint him not too long ago to serve the remaining term of Darrell Pardue down in Rising Fawn. And Tony has hit the ground running. He's very opinionated. He takes part in the meetings, and so he's so far he looks like a good board member, and he is willing to serve. So everybody fine with that?
Good.
That's our appointment on Dade County Water Authority, Water and Sewer Authority. All right. Let's move down to 4G. This is our proclamation, Georgia Military Veterans Hall of Fame Incorporated Day. This is on November the 4th, 2023. This is in honor of Army Tech Dolus D. Bain. He's the only one this year from our county, and they evaluate every year, and it can be, I don't know, I think it's like the 15 counties, I think it is, Northwest, I believe, wasn't that what he said, of the district, I think, and it's just it's a good thing, it's really good. It's first time we've done, this first year we've done this, but Don and I, we did look at it and investigate it, and it's a legitimate thing, and it's an honor, you know, to take part of that Hall of Fame, so everybody fine with that?
I've known Mr. Bain for many, many years. He's no more deserving person.
I know, and it's amazing to be as old as he is and still
And he
really.
makes the best peanut bread. Don't want to make anybody mad.
Uh-oh.
Better not.
Best peanut bread.
Yeah,
No,
yours is
Lamar's
gonna
good
be
too.
burnt.
Yeah.
Well, they're gonna have to have
I'll
a
take
big,
his.
a peanut brittle off, I guess.
Yeah.
No, you don't have.
He does good, good job, you
Oh,
know. Yeah. Okay, that is all of our appointments and proclamations, unless you've got anything else, Don, that we've left out. Yeah. All right.
Nope, I'm good.
Okay, let's move down to number 5. This is our approval of SPOS and capital equipment, if any. You got anything, Don, that left off? There's nothing in there, so.
Well, y'all were talking about a tractor. I mean,
Well, have you got that on
I didn't.
on the John Deere? Yeah, on the,
well, I don't know what, you and Billy talked about going to somewhere last week.
well, we got the, all the, the bids on it now. They actually, they found one over in Center, not Center, but over in Scottsboro. And our intentions are to, of course, sell the tractors we got because they're really, it's just, every time I use them, they're worn slap out. We've had them since 2008 or 9, you know, and so he's got to replace. I think he's going to get rid of 2 and replace with 1, you know. And I thought that was on the agenda tonight. I don't know. I thought Billy had given that to you on that. Yeah. Well, we'll just I know the bid on it was 50. It was like 53.5 or something like that. You know,
70, I think told me
We had that.
78.
Well,
78 something.
well, with a mower though, so the tractor
Oh, okay.
itself,
Yeah, I
and
didn't-
then because the mower is all to pieces, it's been, so you got the tractor then plus the attachment, the mower, you know, for the side mower, and so I don't know, y'all wanna, we could approve it tentatively not to exceed what I thought Billy. I thought he was gonna be here tonight. I don't know why he's not, but because that's a must. We've got to.
I would prefer to table that till next meeting.
That'd be good. Okay. All right. All right. Let's move to, you got anything else, Don?
I don't know.
Okay.
Well,
Okay, let's
our-
go.
Do we have something to work in its place, or?
Well, the mowing season, we've got that bush axe. And what this mower does is it's a low cut mower. It goes and cuts the lower stuff, you know, like it does our
Yeah.
main right of ways. And the bush axe, we still can keep it going all winter because it reaches up and actually clears the right of way. It takes, but so it's something that, they can get by, not till next year, but because it usually falls behind, and, but it's just something that, it's just got to be replaced. It's not, we spend money
And there's one
every
available?
time they use it. Do what now?
There is one available?
Oh, yeah, they
Is
got,
that-
they got, it won't be a problem, as far as, but I just, I thought he got that into, but evidently didn't. All right, let's see here now. Move down to number 6. This is the approval of, ARPA, money. You got anything, Don, on that we need to?
I don't.
Okay, all right. All right, move down to number 7. We already took care of that. Got that one. Number 8, this is resolution R-37-23. Recommendation to the governor and the General Assembly to continue efforts to reform and improve mental health services. And that's, I thought we'd, well, that is a resolution. That's so, and, because it is a problem in Georgia. It's a problem all over the whole United States, but especially in the southern United States and Georgia. I mean, they rank up there, in the top 10 with actually that issue, and even our local jail now, I mean, we're getting to a point where, Chambers is kind of throwing his hands up because we're getting so many instances, where they're bringing in prisoners, you know, and there's not enough beds in the state of Georgia to handle them, you know. And we're not equipped to really take care of, you know, numerous people that have problems. So I don't know I hope they, in all counties, I know in Northwest Georgia, all counties are getting this to the governor. They're doing resolutions, and hopefully they'll listen to us. I hope, you know.
When I went to Jekyll Island, the last meeting I went to had a voting delegate on this, and I can tell you that is the number one issue that ACCG is taking to the legislature this year. But the problem with that is, it's been ongoing now. The state stopped, they closed the places to take these people. And just and I know we've said this before, so the community, everybody knows, the jails became mental health and behavioral disorder.
I know.
And they're not, as you say, they're not equipped to handle it. They're not medically equipped to handle it. People
Yep.
on medications and all that stuff. But if the legislature don't move on this, and I honestly believe this, I think out of 159 counties, I don't know how many cities and city commissions there are, but you talk about surrounding the courthouse until something's, because this, I think we dodge a bullet every day.
Yeah.
Because these people can get violent, they can, you know, they have to be separated, and your jail's only so big, so what do you do with them? And until the state acts on it, we're in.
And they're actually overrunning the emergency departments,
Yeah.
like it over at Old Hutchinson
Right.
and
Yeah.
Dalton, and, because the police are bringing them there, but
And because they have to, I mean, you know,
Yeah, that's
because
right.
you don't have the medical.
they don't have the room to.
I know in other
establish
states, the community is actually coming forward and opening facilities for this situation.
Well,
It's a dangerous
Which
something.
is
It's
hard
dangerous.
you
on-
would be
Dangerous.
building,
is
you would
hard
be
on the
building a
local-
medical facility for every county
Exactly.
or whatever.
Yeah.
If you do that, and the state's just gonna take back over their responsibility, because these are, it always was, and,
Yeah.
or build the facilities. I don't know I don't know, it's a no-win situation until the legislature acts on it, and that's what this is. That's where this come from, and it's the number one issue that ACCG will support the 159 counties on this year to
Yep.
keep it before the legislature.
Okay. Everybody's fine with that then, on the resolution?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Let's move down to number 9. This is and Robin's not here to actually answer a question on this, whether we need to,
Yeah.
this is on the abandonment of just a short section of road there that hadn't been used in years on the Pleasant Hill Road out there on your mountain there. It's just a little white goes right through this man. It's like from here to the door. And used to, it was kind of a shortcut when you come off the hill, and it was so dangerous because you couldn't see the way. And so they, I think it was in maybe Doug Miller or whatever, but he brought the road straight out so you can see both ways. And that's just grown up. And so you got, the landowner on both sides of the road, and, it's grown up. So it's no good to anybody really, except for him. But then what's,
He owns on both sides of the road.
oh, yeah, yeah.
No other homeowners.
And he gave the
involved?
land to do the straightness of it, so, yeah.
No other residents?
No, it's not even, what it is, you come off and it'd be like this little shortcut right here. There's not, instead of like winding off going down US 11, we go straight out to go across. It's that little Y there, and it's just the same thing out there, it's just a little short thing there. So I went out there and looked at it. Actually, he talked about it years ago, and he just didn't get back, and then he came in here last. Did we talk about this? He came in here the day of the commission meeting, didn't he? Last month or something, I think. I believe it was.
I don't remember.
Yeah. But,
These have to have two,
well, we need to start the process. I mean,
I don't know.
we'll have a public,
I mean, that's.
Yeah, comment
Just wondering
thing.
if,
Yeah.
tonight could be
Yeah.
one of the.
There's we need to do a resolution for an intent to,
Yeah.
abandon.
yeah.
But I
It'll be a
can't
full-
remember if we have to do the legal work in the paper first and then hold a public hearing, or if that comes after the passage of the intent. But, I'm sure there's no major rush.
Yeah, okay. All right.
About a 60-day process.
So we can go ahead and agree to start the proceedings, I guess, to that, and let Robin take it from there. Okay. All right, that's number 9. Okay, this is number 10. This is discussion only on Dade County Emergency Medical. Alex, you want to come up here? Dade County Emergency Medical Service, this is the agreement between the Memorial and all. It's coming up for, the contract is coming up to be renewed.
Again, it's close working with Walker County, Chief Hodge and myself. We were speaking a few months ago, and then Commissioner Whitfield and Ted and I have also talked as well, is that the January 31st of 2024 ends our first 3-year contract with Memorial EMS. We do have an option for 3 additional 1 years, and Memorial is going to be meeting with both of us to decide if they want to do that or go up or give intent. But we just want to let you know aware, because we've got to start working on our 25 budget within the next 3 or 4 months of what to do with this. Then currently in returning with what our current proposal is we're providing the equipment, which is the trucks that we have purchased with SPLOST and CARES funding. The current ones we have, but we're continuing on. If this continues on, we got some apparatus that's getting very high mileages.
Mm-hmm.
I have a list for you to look at of what we're spending in the mileage range for 2022. We totaled over 105,677 miles of transports from the 5 trucks that we currently have. Again, we have 2011, a 2012, 2 2013s, and a 2019 chassis. That's what they are. The oldest one's got 274,000 miles. The other one, 2013's got 212,000. We got a 2011 with 41,000, the 2013 with 166,000, and then the 2019, which is the ones we got off the new one with a remount, currently's got 95,000 on it. So I want to take this and pass it around. It's just some of the sheets, and then also on the bottom of that, we've just been kind of researching what chassis are running. As you know, the volunteer fires brought you prices on trucks, so we started doing the same with ambulances. The bottom are the quotes there we have from what new chassis are costing. One of the companies from Fraser, and then also from Custom Works and from Select Tech. And then we had Select Tech is also, they're in Shelbyville, Tennessee, and they've done a lot of work. We got them to price a remount of one of our boxes. So they're ranging from the highest of 261 to 211,000. 211 is a remount. And these chassis are 2 years out as well. A lot of things are, so.
But we're gonna bid that, and when we actually put that in bid, we're gonna solicit bids just like,
Well, yeah, we did.
without this being in the.
Well, we did last time too,
Yeah.
when we done it 3 years ago. I just more or less wanted to, like I said, when we brought this up, is let you know, the commission, and that we're gonna be starting process with this neighbor as best we can, because we're in a corner. We can't get help in Tennessee and Alabama. We gotta work with what we're doing now, and the cost was more for us because we're in that corner, and
Yeah.
you can't pull from other resources, and we're in a area that it's not a profitable business for a private company, as we've seen in the past, and we've tried to make it as more than we can control. You know, we work with the contractor on the charges up to the taxpayers and the people that's traveling through. That's very negotiable in our contract. So we continue to work with our partner, our neighbor next door, and what they feel to do, as long as the chairman and the current chairman of Walker, and what we decide. There's been discussion with the directors of Memorial EMS, and they do want to meet with us, and we're afraid that it's going to be the 120-day note or letter to either go up on the current proposal. But the current 3-year proposal ends January 31st, 2024, which is going to be a little over halfway through our 25 budget. So we need to start having the talks to look ahead, so when we start planning in the last quarter of our fiscal year, which will be our April term. Once we get finished with this and we slow down, we're gonna start working on our 25 budget. So we'd like to start negotiating or seeing what they'd like to do. If they want to option the other 3 years, which would take us to 27, there's 3 one-year additional years after that. And if they want to honor that, then we got some chassis, we got some mileage trucks we got to look at if that's what we're going to continue to do. So I just want to give this to you for discussion, to think about. I've talked to a few of you about it as well, what we'd like to do, but that's, it's just that time. We got to look forward, and this is protecting our life for our folks around here as well.
Yep.
This wasn't on the packet, but we've been working on doing some radio upgrades. As you know, we have a north and south repeater between our Lookout Mountain base, which is by the hang gliders, and behind Rising Fund Baptist Church, which the South Dade community, South Dade Fire Department gets paged on that, and we have to manually hit 2 different repeaters with that. We also are having a lot of trouble with our north end station, and we've swapped a few antennas around trying to get the best, but all the volunteer firemen carry a pager. It's also an ISO requirement to have 2 different types of circuits to identify emergency responses for this. We've got some proposals and quotes, but it's going to be over our threshold of the $24,999, and we need to send a RFP out for proposal of work. But the current antennas and coax sitting on North Tower has been up there since '09, and we've had several storms and lightning strikes, and we've had some things, and we're running out of stuff to replace. So we're looking. It's the one, I've got a Motorola quote for complete thing for Motorola is $217,000, and I've got one as little almost $30,000. So we're wanting to rewrite the scope of work to do just what we feel is best for this. Again, is paging our volunteer fire out on the circuits, and the 200 is way too much. So I had a whole nother company price another system. Walker County has put it in for their transit, and then Athens, Tennessee, and some other agencies have done it for their fire service as well. Instead of the dispatcher having to hit what we call north repeater and page everything out and say it, and have to turn around and hit south repeater and page everything and say it, they have to do it twice. We're going to be able to do it one time. It's going to link it together, and we have over the network, and we have VPN fiber internet at both towers, and it will control back out of here of this building. So because of the threshold of our proposal, I just wanted to bring it up and ask if we can go ahead and submit the proposal, bring back to you in January, hopefully with quotes that we can do based on the scope of work that we're asking for.
We need to have something to look at, that's for sure. We don't want to wait till the
Well,
last minute.
to do that, we've already done the homework on it, but it didn't meet our threshold. That's why I was wanting to bring it up and tell you. I showed it to the Fire Association Monday night at their Fire Association meeting, and this is something that's really needed. We're
When you say.
getting a lot of static
What
when
do
we
you mean
page.
about it don't meet our threshold or budget or?
No, our current county threshold, if it's over 24,000, if it's over 25,000, we got to send it out for proposal. So it come up more than what I thought on these other ones, so I just
Yeah.
want to bring it up and ask to go forward before I, and see when we can work it into the budget for the splosh to replace that. But we're going to tear down all the coax, the antenna, and we got to get a new one up there, get it hot. We can't be down without it. So we'll work off a temporary old one while they get the new stuff out, but we've got some older stuff up there to get off. We allowed one of the private ambulances when Puckett was here to put an antenna up to do some of their stuff on. We're going to get all that down as well. It's still up there. Again, but that coax has been on there since 2009, and the antennas.
We'll get some figures in
Yes,
this.
yeah. We've got the proposal. It's just the proposal is high enough that requires
Okay.
RFP.
right.
So
We'll move on to, just go ahead and do, Phil's got on this, we got 11 and 12.
Yeah.
North, you want to go with North Dade first and discuss that?
We can go with North Dade first. At the last meeting, I made a motion to pull the fire chief out of there, however that was interpreted. My question is, the name's been taken off of the fire hall now. North Dade has been taken down. I've not seen it with my own eyes, been told, and it just says Station 4. Who's decided what we're gonna call this station at this point?
the fire, the actual station that's taking it over, you know, it actually would be the, Alex, come back up here, what?
No,
Because that's, explain how that's going on.
Jury
Because it
case.
will say, it'll have North Dade on it, there's no doubt. Oh, Ansel, hey, Alex, now,
He's talking about the sign being removed. It was removed. We did not remove it. It was gone whenever we went down there. Talking, it's Dade County Station 1 and Station 4. We're leaving North Dade on the front of the trucks. It's on the hood on all the trucks. We're gonna bring to y'all when we get a design, but it's gonna be Dade County Station 4, and like at the bottom, it's gonna be serving the North Dade community, leaving North Dade in it like y'all asked. But yeah, we did not take the sign down. It was taken down after the meeting.
okay.
And the emblem that y'all sent me, it looked good.
Yeah, that's what we're working on with that emblem. We're gonna let everybody look at it before we make any decisions on anything.
Yeah, it looked good.
Okay, my question is the goal of this, in my opinion, because I'm the one that made the motion, so I'm having kind of a hard time with this, is when I made this motion, the motion was to do this to try to get a new fire chief in from 6 months to a year, and then hand it back over to that community. This number 12 is a two-part process for me. First part is I understand that y'all are saying we need Dade County Fire Station 4 on it for ISO ratings, correct?
For that and the state, we had to go into the Georgia Fire Standards and Training. You
Okay.
have to make a new QR number, IQ number, so you had to make a new fire department with it. So North Dade, they took their LLC or whatever out of it, so whenever they take it out of the system, that deletes everything. So then that
So
would
when they
show-
pulled out their stuff, when the fire chief pulled out the LLC, that wiped that slate clean,
Yeah,
correct?
whenever the paperwork we sent in that we had to do, it deletes North Dade, all the personnel and everything out of the state standards and training system.
And they can.
So you had to
add
come back,
in.
you had to come back in and put a department, and that's when it was, with the paperwork and stuff, it was Dade County, because
Dade County what?
it's Dade County Fire Department, Station 1 and Station 4. So Dade County Fire Department's got 2 stations right now.
A Trenton and a North Dade. And North
understand.
Dade will be on the trucks up there, they still be there, you know.
Yes.
Okay, and with this next question, is that the intent, is to try to find a new fire chief to take over that station within a year?
I mean, that's a,
That's up to,
I
no, I
It's up to
mean,
the
it's the new right now, you know, I mean, they're just trying to get the,
I thought we had a year understanding of, we were gonna do this for a year and then see if what the ideas we had came to fruition or not.
Okay,
Because it actually can lower if it works, what we're trying, we can have a lower ISO rating for Wildwood and all the way up to Trenton from a 6 to a 4 possibly.
it's possible. We'll have to get rated on everything.
Right. But that was our goal,
Yes,
was
sir.
part of our goal.
okay. My next part on this is, and it may take you, Alex, and Rodney, I don't know. Ted, you may know, I wished Robin had been here, but the fire trucks that has been removed from the fire hall,
the what now?
fire trucks that has been removed from the premises, was it fire trucks for him to take? Or,
We're looking at that right now, because it was donated from the, Cahoots County to the North Dade Fire Department, Inc. Incorporated. And, right now, we're looking into that right now. We'll, you know, because
And it wasn't
it is,
just,
you
it
know.
wasn't just trucks that disappeared
Yeah,
either,
there
was
was,
it?
yeah.
yeah,
It was generators and
Yeah.
a lot of stuff
That's-
that disappeared that I got questions about.
and I wish Robin was here to answer this, this is my take on that situation. However it was given to it, and again, these questions are coming from me because I made the motion. That stuff was given to North Dade Fire Hall in faith for that community.
That's right.
It has been taken away from that fire hall and put on this person's personal property. I have an issue with that as a commissioner.
You're not the only one.
I don't care if he takes it and gives it to New Home, Davis, or South Dade. It is being taken from North Dade community.
Right.
And the reason I'm doing this, Lamar, is because I made the motion
Well,
to get this started. So
I seconded it, so
that is
I
why
know.
I'm really having an issue with this. So for me, I would like to push the issue to see what all he take, because no matter how he got it, no matter, it was not given to him himself. It was given to
That's
that
exactly
community for that fire hall. So I'm making my voice be heard right now on camera, so everybody can understand how I feel about this. It is wrong, and I feel like he has stolen from that community.
Well, we got Rob involved in, we're going kind of by his leadership on exactly, and I'm setting a meeting up, called Chris today, and he hadn't called me back, but setting a meeting up with him next week. Since we've got everything down, I've got, Alex, everybody's been working on it, and Becca, and I've got a whole list of things that's not, that we were questioning, we got 13 sets of turnout gear, which was pretty, some of the newer stuff that's.
Yeah, it was
that's
bought
not-
in 2017,
it's bought,
so
yeah.
it's still a lot.
So it's just gonna, next week, we'll have an answer of what's
Okay.
going on.
Um, So at what point do y'all see, are we going to put North Dade back on that fire hall? Since it has been removed?
We're working on getting
Yeah.
a sign made,
Okay.
just like, with serving the North Day community. I've got a sign right coming up with a design to get with y'all to make sure that's good, but boys, I think in Dade County Fire and serving the North Dade community. I don't know if y'all want North Dade Fire on it, but that was the idea, we was gonna bring back to y'all once we got it. They're working on it right now for us.
One more question on this topic is, now that we have done this for the next year, what happens to that splosh money?
Oh, that was part of the agreement, the splash, it'd be for that fire department.
Yeah, it's still for that.
Stay
So
with
it
that
would
fire
still be
department.
for just that fire
So
department.
whatever is purchased with that money, it goes back in that fire hall?
Yes.
Exactly right.
All right.
Yeah, anything that, even the monthly $2,000, it's for that department with the
Keep the power and the
power
water. Okay.
utilities and
Yeah.
upgrades and stuff that we're having to do now, because.
So that was a part of the agreement, wasn't it?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not to.
Well, I just wanted to clear all that up, because there's a lot of stuff been said in the last week
You ain't
that's
telling me
really
to
bothering me
talk
on this, and like I said, it's not my district, but I did make the motion, so now I'm asking the hard questions that need to be answered.
That's fine, but no, we've never, between me and Chief Kaiser and anybody, we've never said that we're gonna join it just for one department. That splosh will still be allocated for everything down there, the utilities will be allocated, it's still gonna be separate, just like it is now for.
All right, so at this point, since it's Dade County Fire Station 4, serving North Dade, who is the chief over that particular?
Jerry Kyle.
Right now, Jerry Kaiser is Dade County.
All right. Well, I'm good on that topic.
All right.
Well, I'd like to say I agree with Philip 100%. I think the same thing. The only question I'd ask is when they gave that, I think it came from the other side of the mountain, when they gave that fire, who held the title on that vehicle?
You mean here?
Yeah.
North Dade Inc., North Dade Fire Department
They
Incorporated.
actually held
But
the
we
title
were
on it.
paying the tag and the
Oh,
insurance
yeah,
on it, and the
why would they
maintenance.
own any of that?
And the
Yeah.
maintenance on
And the
it,
maintenance.
And I agree with you. It was given to the fire department,
the
not
community.
not
the
to
fire
an
department,
individual
yes.
to do it. So you're absolutely, we need to get as deep in that as we have to get to find out what all was.
And I questioned today, actually, who's that person that, because we're trying to find a person who actually signed it over and said, okay, y'all take this. And it's, what was it, the post, what was it,
Yeah, it's a
volunteer?
post-volunteer, Fort Oglethorpe,
Fire-
post-volunteer. When Katusha took over, they had a bunch of equipment.
Yeah.
And that was one of the trucks that they
Yeah.
tried to sell and they couldn't, and they ended up, because Chris was
Yeah.
with Fort O and
Yeah.
stuff, and they donated to the post-volunteer,
Yeah.
turned it over to North Dade.
And they were incorporated too, they were not a government, they were actually
Right. Like a
contracted.
501c.
501c3, that's what they were, yeah.
Okay.
We'll know more, a whole lot more about this next week. When I have our one-on-one meeting here, Robert will be there and we'll know more because I've got it all finalized, the list finally, so.
Okay.
It took a while to do that, to get actually, everything
Because
down.
there was stuff taken like generators that.
Yeah.
No way it can be.
Thank you.
No, thank you, Ansel. Okay.
All right. My next one is the splosh purchases. At what limit do head departments have to come to us to purchase something? What's the dollar amount?
For SPOS, we try to do pretty much everything.
Just,
Whatever
so
the
any,
value
so.
of
I mean, I can't say that, under
Is any-
$1,000 or
so-
anything, but I
So
mean,
my next question is there any departments that don't have to come in front of us to purchase something through SPOS?
No, I mean, nothing,
exempt from that, no.
Yeah, okay.
not the final,
Well, what I would like, whether it be you or you, I would like a letter sent out to all the department heads to let them, to let them know that they need to come in front of us before they purchase items, because there have been several items that has been purchased that I'm aware of that did not come in front of us. And I think that needs to be addressed. Not saying that
We can do
department,
that.
not saying that department did not need what they purchased, but I think they need to come here first, if that's our procedures.
you can draft a letter and we'll do that, tomorrow.
Even, and we've even tasked Robin about calling an emergency. If you've waited so long to where something breaks and calling an emergency, you're not doing your job as a department head. That's how I feel about it.
The only reason anything like that would happen is if we, you said emergency, was like when we got hit that time, and I was on the phone with everybody because we had to spend some money there. The power been off for 2-3 weeks, but other than that, that's what I call emergency,
Yes.
And but y'all, some of y'all weren't here, but you were informed every day because it was a bad, it was bad. I mean, it was just, something like we've never seen before, and, so we can do that, and you do that tomorrow,
Okay.
But will we not have to be on some things, and again, I see the point, but what about 3 years ago when the thing went out at the jail in the
The
middle of
boiler.
winter?
The boiler.
The boiler, yeah.
That's not exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but I
But
can
there
get a
was no way knowing that
consensus.
was gonna go out. Had they known,
I
okay, we're
understand
going
that.
to.
Yeah.
So but we had to do what we had to do at the jail to
That's where
fix
the,
that.
that's where the chairman has the
Yeah,
authority. On
and that's an emergency.
That's an emergency, yeah.
But on something like that, I can't, of course, sunshine law present, we can't vote, but I pick that phone up and I say, look, we got an issue, and that way y'all know what's going on. That's the biggest thing is to keep it,
Well, I'm good with that. That's not what I'm having the issue with.
Yeah,
So
no, I
I
know
think,
what you- I know what you're
I think
saying
if
with
this letter goes out to the department heads, it'll get my
Exactly.
issue cleared up.
exactly. Okay.
And that letter may need to include what you're talking about with what happened with North Dade and the equipment.
Yeah.
Well, that's something we gotta look at, it's coming up a contract, and there's gonna be some wordage from both sides, I know that's gonna be added to that, contract, and it needs to be, it needs to be some clarification on some of the things, on that fire, contract, but, cause I appreciate our volunteers more than
Oh, yeah.
you'd ever imagine, I mean, it's just something, cause you can't get people to volunteer anymore, it's hard, and they're struggling, but,
Yeah, that's
But,
just an unfortunate
no,
situation that was taken upon somebody.
you got anything else you wanna bring up, or Phil?
No, I'm good.
All right, you, anything, okay. All right, we'll go ahead and, we'll adjourn our work session and, for about 5 minutes, I'll take a break, and we'll go ahead and start with our meeting here in just a minute, okay? this 7th day of December 2023. That's hard to say. That's hard to imagine. Time went by this quick, but appreciate everyone staying here with us, being here with us tonight. As always, before we get started with the meeting, I asked Robert Goff here to lead us in prayer and pledge of allegiance. And Mr. Goff, if you would do that. If everyone would stand, please.
Let's pray. Heavenly Father, we thank you for this beautiful day that you've given us, and we thank you for the rain that has come to, Lord, to meet a need that we had that we could do nothing about. We thank you, Lord, for all that you've given us, and just in health and life and everything we enjoy where we are. We thank you for, Lord, the people on this council, the people on the city, and everyone that works in our county to make it the best it can be for all the citizens and all the decisions that we have to make. We thank you, Lord, for that you help us to clear our minds and do the very best that we can. We pray, Lord, that you would bless what we do here tonight and everything that we bring before the people, Lord. We do our very best to serve as many as we can in the way that they deserve to be served. And Father, we give you the praise. We ask it all in Christ's name. Amen.
Amen.
Salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Robert. This is a regular scheduled meeting of the Dade County Board of Commissioners, which takes place at the same time on the first Thursday of every month. Proper notice this meeting was given for legal origin of the Dade County Sentinel and posted in our hallway. This time I do need a roll call. Mr. Lowry.
Here.
Harline.
Here.
Mr. Goff.
Here.
Ms. Bradford.
Here.
And Chair is present. We do have a quorum. Do we have anyone tonight who wants to talk to us? Come up and I'll give you 5 minutes and come on, Audrey.
Come on.
Tell us who you are and what's
It's not that,
going
it's
on.
not that far.
We'll pay you mileage to walk up there.
We just needed to announce that we are going to try to hold the Dade County Christmas Parade this Saturday as we had scheduled. We've been in touch with Patrick Core and the different meteorologists, and they've looked at their Dopplers and Lopplers and everything. And so it's not gonna be a great day. Saturday, they said there'd be some light showers, and so it's not gonna be pretty, but in that time frame, they think that we have a clear window. Who knows, it's weather. So we're gonna take a shot to go ahead and have it. Also, the Sheriff's Department will be holding the Christmas crossing over here in the gazebo park area. They have the option of moving their part indoors if it rains. So it's chancy, but we're going ahead with it because we also run the issue that if the following Saturday is like the previous Saturday, it'd be a total washout. So
Yeah.
we're gonna chance it. We invite everybody to come out, all the groups and churches, and if you wanna have your float, your vehicles, whatever, come on down. And we're also gonna be, Alex is going to be streaming it for us as well. And if it's an absolute pouring down rain, common sense says you can't do it, but we're gonna try. So if it isn't raining, the parade itself will start at 6 o'clock. And we come from the South Industrial Boulevard down Highway 11 South. We end up at Moore Funeral Home and First Baptist Church. So cross your fingers and ho, ho, ho. We thank everybody for their support, and we thank you for all the help in the decorating.
The lights look
And
really
everything.
pretty.
Yeah,
They
they're
do.
beautiful.
Really done a good job. Yeah.
So we had a lot of help from our trustees and our county, and thank you so much, because I think it's beautiful for our community, and everybody gets to enjoy it that way. So thanks for all the help, everybody.
Appreciate you and Bank
Thank
of Dade,
you.
you know, yeah, it was really Dade, yeah. Okay, anyone else want to come up? If not, we're gonna move on. Okay. Mr. Lamar Lowry, you wanna give us your Committee report, please.
Our E911 call list. And a lot of times I forget to, maybe not a lot of times, but I always like to recognize our what am I trying to say here? I got chemo brain right now, so y'all just have to put up with me. Our E911 operators. Sometimes I forget to mention the first line of defense of our operators. So when I'm giving all these numbers out, it's went through an operator out there after all. So when I say my prayers at night, I always pray for all the first responders. That includes the police and the fire and the operators and mountain rescue and everyone that when somebody's in need of help and they pick that phone up, there's somebody coming to help them, even if they're a complete stranger to this county. So proud of what we do. You heard tonight what we face. The ambulance situation is most every ambulance we got is, well, not everyone, but a lot of them got hundreds of thousands of miles on them, over 100,000 miles on them. A few have less, but not many of them. And that's just something you have to pay for, you know. My dad was a commissioner from 1998 to 2002, and I got chemo drip too, so I'm not sick. But he was commissioner from 1998 to 2002, and we talk a lot about county commission and politicians, and he was saying a police car, cruiser, whatever, back when he was in office was $30,000. And I said, well, they're 60 to 70, 80,000 now, you know, 20 years later. And he actually bragged on us and said, I don't see how y'all are doing as good as you are, but we try hard, and I think every man and woman up here tries as hard as they can, and it's because we got a good staff, got to get a lot of good people work for Dade County. Take pride in Dade County. I do. I take pride in saying where I live, and so I'll conclude that. But our EMS was 184 calls. Our fire departments were 297, and I got told that I wanted to explain a little bit why the fire departments are a lot higher than the ambulance, or a little higher. A lot of times there's 2 calls that go out on certain calls for fire departments and first responders, first rescue. So that's why that number's a little higher. The police calls this month were 2,359 for a total calls in our 911 center of 2,840. We had 10 new E911 addresses, and so that gives us 124 for the year. So we're still growing. That's me. Last but not least, on a personal note, I've got one more chemo treatment to take, and then I'll be looking at surgery and maybe no follow-up if the surgery goes good. So that's what we're going to be praying for, and that's why I ask for everybody's prayers, and I'd appreciate it. That's my report.
Okay, Mr. Hartline.
Right now at the sports complex, everything has ended. They're just doing field maintenance on the buildings that we need to get done for the next year and the next season. Middle school baseball will start in February. On the electrical inspections for last month, we had on total we had 23, but the numbers I really like to watch is we still had 3 new temporaries put up, so that means there's 3 new houses going up in the county just last month. We've got 10 for new constructions, which means that's previous inspections that's turning over into a new home that they're fixing to move into, or got the power on to that permanent residence off of a temporary pole. On Sand Mountain in my district, they have moved down to the south end of 301, working on the power lines. They had several roads there today shut down to one lane. And then coming off the mountain at the bottom of Sand Mountain, they it shut down to where you just had one lane each way, and the turn lane was closed right there around Jefferson. So pay attention to them guys. They like to go home for Christmas to see their family. You know, they're here out of town working to get our power system better, so let's pay attention to them and keep them safe. I would like to mention that on the 16th of this month, not this coming Saturday, but the following Saturday, I am doing the military dinner, and I'm adding this year emergency services. I'm offering it to fire, police. And what I'm doing is I do a veteran or a police officer, volunteer fire person plus one. We're going to have it at the American Legion Hall. It will be between 11 and 2. Come in between that time, get a free meal, sit and talk and meet some of the veterans. And last year I had a ball. The only problem I had is I didn't get to talk to everybody. It was very interesting to talk to them gentlemen that served to protect this country. That's all I have.
It's a good thing. I mean, it really is. And it's good you're including the emergency first responders and fire and all that, I might add, that's not Kenny, that's Philip and his
That's
wife,
not-
and
that's-
that's their two businesses doing it. I mean,
Yeah, that is my wife and me, is our businesses. That is our way of giving back to the people of the community.
Yep. Mr. Goff.
Thank you for doing that too, Philip. It's great. Well, we report another record on Splosh this month, except for the little glitch that happened in August. And I know there was some extra money from the state. I think, Don, it came in then. It made us well over 400,000. But the November Splosh was $349,070. So that is more than even back in April when we'd set the one with 347,000. So again, thank people for shopping local and spending your money here in Dade County, and all those who passed through. Some things going on in our county. Last month, at the end of the meeting, we had decided to purchase property to build the elections building on, not the property down by the Civic Center here in the old railroad depot, but down behind the Bank of Dade and on that little street across from Trenton Ministry Center. Work is ongoing there already, and some of the things have been done, silt fence being put up and that kind of thing. So if you didn't, as that takes place, when the qualifying will be and when the primaries and all that will be coming out pretty soon. So if there's anybody out there that's thinking of running, it's this year will be by, and it'll be somewhere in February, I guess. February, March would be the qualifying times if anybody wants to run for any of those positions. The building, obviously, the new elections building will not be finished and probably could not be used this coming year anyway, because there's so much you have to do to change a precinct and the things that have to go on. But hopefully that gets done in a little while. Cole reported on the old courthouse, and if you can't help but notice if you drive by there, the landscaping that's taken place, the sod that's put down, the flowers, the shrubs that are there. It's going to be a beautiful place. It's the iconic place of Dade County. So I know it's taken a lot of the Splosh money, a lot of work from a lot of individuals that have worked on that, like Donna Street, over the years to get it to the place that it was. But I think it's something we'll all be proud of. So kudos to them, and just keep spending here in Dade County, and these are 2 months behind, so maybe we're looking for some even better months ahead. That's my report.
Ms. Bradford?
All right. Just running through, this is loads that is taken off, and the first one is tires, which is three loads. Mattresses, 24. Out of state or county tags is 9. And white goods is 12. So that's just kind of interesting to keep account of. And then we have from last January to now, and this past November was the largest, outbound hauls, that we had 57. So,
Okay.
and I did not, get in touch with transit or the senior center, so I know that there's been some updating over there, but I didn't communicate with them this past week,
Okay,
so.
good report. Is that it? Didn't mean, but, okay.
Yep.
It's been a quick month, I tell you, November is where it really went by fast, but there's been a lot going on. We're right in the middle of this, our depot down there, you know, it's been talked about, and we got the insurance money back almost a year ago, and, we decided to go ahead and not tear it down, of course, fix it, and after we got in there, it was a whole lot less, damage than we thought. You know, I did report this, on it a little bit months ago, but it's really going real well. We're doing this, so we're kind of subbing it ourselves, taking care, we're doing all the work we can ourselves, and it's really, they've been working, last week and this week, and they really made a lot of headway. The window should be in next week, when we get it kind of, you know, completely dried in, and, it's gonna really be a good building, and our plans are, if everyone's still on board with it, and when the time comes, when we look it over, is to put our ASCS person, which deals with the farming and all. And then also the biggest part of it will be housed with by the indigent defense attorney, which we have to furnish them a place, an office, and they've outgrown the office that they have here that we own just across from the railroad. I mean, across from the library, which is a little brick building there on the left. And our intentions are, you know, to go ahead and immediately after they move out, put that on the market, sell it, put it back on the tax roll, and then we'll put that money right back in our building fund, you know. So that's, but it's really going good. You know, and without tearing it out like we did, you really don't know because it looked so bad. It was charred, but it was really amazing after we got in there to see how strong and all, how it was, a lot of it just smoked. It looked worse than what it was. So it's coming along really good. I've had some complaints for the past 2 months, and especially this month, but we've been getting some tractor-trailer truck traffic, you know, up Burkhalter and also Hales Gap, that were kind of, I get that the ones that we've talked to, you know, their GPS is leading them that way. One guy got all the way up Burkhalter, went through, and he wound up, and they finally got him stopped over at Ox Highway going off. So we're in the process of getting some official signs, you know, the orange with the reflection, to really get the attention of these trucks to turn them around before they get that far up, you know. And even one the other day, you know, he got off there and went up Hales Gap, and the person had called, actually the power company had it stopped anyway. They got up there, and he was going over to Stevenson and was routed, and he went up and he got turned around, you know, and this was he was loaded, and so, you know, it's fine for deliveries, you know, we can't keep the deliveries down, but these signs are gonna be real blunt and just state that we can head that off. And we've even had them lately coming up Newsom Gap Road, Newsom Gap Road, a dirt road. I don't know how many times last year we had the deputies had to go down and had to get a wreck or break the truck into, and all of them were coming up. And if you've ever been on that road, that's a dirt road. It's a county road, but it's a mail route. It's not. And so we've also got some signage going down there too. So anyway, the people, and I've had a lot of calls. The reason I'm talking about it now, we had more people than you think concerned about this.
And Murphy Hollis.
Murphy Holly, yeah.
They go down it, and it's.
Yeah. Of course,
It's
now
not made for trucks.
they use that as a through. I mean, when that traffic's blocked, and they hit the GPS, and it shows that road running parallel with the interstate. There's a lot of trucks coming down through when that freeway's closed.
It is dangerous.
Yeah.
It's real dangerous.
But and also while I'm on that, the 299 congestion up there, the DOT still they're evaluating, they're looking, they're trying to decide exactly what they can do with that traffic, because if you live up there or you're trying to get home and you try to come 11, you think you're doing good, then you get there, that's all, you know, it's all backed up. I mean, and it don't have to be like on a Friday or a weekend. It can be any evening, and it could take you an hour to get from downtown just to get to North Dade. So they're looking at that. A lot of plans now well, actually it's more than plans, it's gonna happen. on the interstate from Missionary Ridge all the way through to the Dade County line over here in Marion County. There's a lot of stuff that's fixing to happen there. There's plans out there right now that are being drawn. There's several different scenarios, but they're actually going to go in and they're working with the railroad to widen the railroad crossing at the bottom of the lookout, from Broad Street, making it. And then also in the other one there in Tiftonia there, because those have been there since the A model days, and make that where, it could be maybe not a 4-lane, but a 3-lane. And they're actually looking at actually putting another lane, if you can believe this, coming around the mountain on above the interstate there on 41. It's going to be a major, undertaking. And you say, well, why? Well, the thing about it is that they think that the transportation people feel that will relieve. It'll keep traffic flowing. When it's down on the interstate and it's slow, that'll be another for mainly local people to get through and get on through and get home. So there's a lot happening on that, and it's not just talk now. You're going to see a lot of this stuff happening in the next 3 years, 3 to 4 years. So, But anyway, the 2 bridges, Squirreltown Creek, you've seen a lot of activity up there in the last month and a half. A lot of orange flags, a lot of the same thing over here on the 136 going across the lookout. They're doing all the legwork on that, and this Squirreltown will start way before the 136 because this is more of a major undertaking up here, and you'll see that happen. I look for that project probably starting at the probably end of next summer, and that'll be even more congestion. Even though they're gonna build a runaround road there, a temporary bridge, and probably, like I said before, be like a red light. You've been in these construction zones, and but that both of them are year projects, a year plus. So they're not anything's going to happen, in just a few months. So once they start, that'll be even more to report on. Let's see if I'm left anything out here. On a smaller note, we did get finally get our Christmas lights up in Rising Fun. I had the people that gotten used to them for the last 2 or 3 years, so we got those up day before yesterday. We're a little bit late this year, but we got those up and going. Let me see if I'm leaving anything out. Oh yeah, Robert, he did a good report on the election building in that property. That's going real well down there. We won't actually take complete ownership until probably Wednesday or Thursday is the reason we just we had permission from the hours written to do our silt fence and get ahead of the ball game and go ahead and do the survey, and I got that this morning. And so Robin is doing the deeds, and who will do the deeds probably and have them ready by Monday or Tuesday, and so we'll be able to go in and go full blast on that. Redistricting, I'm not going to talk to you on that, I know y'all, but y'all have heard, like a year ago about the possibly redistricting some of the actual voting precincts and lines. The school board, they did vote to do that, and that's been turned in from what I understand to the state, because right now, when they go back to session, that's when this is going to happen. Now, we did not vote to do that. We're going to keep, we're satisfied amongst the commissioners anyway. Our precincts and all, are fine. I mean, as far as, because the way we're going to change ours, you'll have people that will have to come from like New Home out there to the North Dade precinct to vote. And over here, it could be vice versa. You have to go all the way out on the mountain to vote. So, there's no reason in Dade County. We're not a metro, county population-wise. And what that reason they do that is to keep the balance of, the population, and plus the Democrat, Republican, and all that equal, So, but as far as the commission, your district will be the same. The school board, that'll be announced, I'm sure, once the legislation's over, and it'll not only be announced, it'll be explained. I'm sure they'll have several meetings to know when you're voting for your school board member and who that person is and where your district's at. So, can y'all think anything else? I know I'm running off the mouth, but I mean, anything you maybe?
Not mention the lifting the burn ban.
Oh yeah, the burn ban was lifted on the 4th. We did that. That was something we felt needed, and we feel good about it. We've had some rain. It still need to be careful though, because it's still dry, but it's nothing like it was. I mean, so everybody, it's amazing how many people had called about that because how many people actually, needed to burn brush piles and just campfires, so all that's been relieved. Let me see, I think that's everything, but if you got any questions, call me on my cell phone or come by here and I'll explain anything that we've talked about tonight or whatever on any of this. Let me see. Okay. Let's move down here now to 4A. This is Miss Sandy White. She's our president and CEO of our Alliance for Dade. Sandy? And I know you're going to talk about the fair that we have, but I didn't want to miss it and take but our event, our Christmas thing.
Oh.
That was really, and I'm not gonna go in and take your glory away, but we went over there and we stayed longer than I thought we were gonna take, because I had a lot of work to do, but the more I went, the more good stuff I seen. It was a good thing. Yeah.
It was a good day. Speaking of the Dade Expo that we had last weekend, we had a really good day, and there were a lot of shopping bags going out the door, so that was really good. The vendors were really happy, and so we really appreciate everybody that came out. We're trying to grow that every year, and so it was a really good day. And then after that, we came to the square, had Light Up Trenton, and the town is beautiful. I mean, it really is. So we're really excited about that this year. And then we did some videos we're going to do a video to send out to some troops. Hopefully local ones. We're trying to get email addresses for that, as well as we'll send it out we've got some help with the Lyman School. They've got some veterans that will get things sent out there too. So thank you everybody for coming out. It was a really good time. You see, we've got some seminars coming up, webinars, and so these are in our newsletter, which is now on our Facebook, on our website, so you can see these in the link there. And then our media reach is up 47,000 for the last 90 days on Facebook, up to 1,237 followers and 801 likes, and up on Instagram to 166 and reach 3,700, and then 38 followers on Twitter. Our numbers for the Welcome Center, residents were 70 for the month of November, visitors 82, and phone calls 51, so they're continuing to stay high. We appreciate that. You'll see on our Facebook page, this is most of the December events, and so you can download those if you need that. And then we'll talk about the events as we go. We have a new helper in Dade County this Christmas season. Her name is Chili. She is the chamber elf, and she's come from the North Pole and is helping all the businesses get ready for Christmas. She stopped off at Shop on Main to help Tasha this week, and actually today she was at the library all day and trying to meet as many boys and girls as possible. She'll be at the library again on the 21st, and we'll have her all over the county through the month of December before she goes back up to Santa. So check out our Facebook page and see where Chili ends up next.
Her last name's Golf, by the way.
Is it?
She was here yesterday.
Ken, she's little Ken Robert.
Andy, she was here yesterday.
Yes, she was. We'll show where she went yesterday.
Good.
We've got some ribbon cuttings coming up, and actually we've got another one actually that will happen tomorrow. A brand new member today, the Vic's Wine and Spirits will have a ribbon cutting at 11 in the morning, and that's just behind where the whole house is, that area to the right of the it's going to the grocery store. Food City, yes. And then the next ribbon cutting coming up will be on the 16th, Saturday at 9 a.m. is The Brew. They are a new coffee place, cold brew coffee. They're in the old location where Small Nutrition was. So they are opening up on the 16th, and please come out for that ribbon cutting. We also have a new dentist in town. That ribbon cutting will be on the 18th at 9 a.m. on that Monday, and he is right across the street from JB's. So come out and see these new businesses, and please help support them. Couple of things. Tomorrow night is the last night for the With Grateful Hearts Christmas concert at Covenant College. So tickets are still available for that. Then also Rising Palm Baptist Church has their normal concert series, and so tomorrow night we'll start that Christmas concert, and then also the 10th, and then they have Bethlehem Speaks on the 17th. Christmas at Macklemore is coming up this weekend. Lots of things going on this weekend. 3 to 6 Rising Fawn Studio Tour is Saturday and Sunday from 10 to 5. And then, of course, our Christmas Crossing Sheriff's event will be this Saturday afternoon from 3 to 5:30, and then culminating the Saturday with the Dade County Christmas Parade. So I'm so glad it's going to be going on. So we're hoping for dry weather. Also, Saturday and Sunday this weekend is Christmas with Alpacas. So if you want to go see alpacas, go to Rosie Mae's, and that's sure for a good time with the kids. Also, Brunch with Santa is the 16th and 23rd at Macklemore. And then New Salem Mountain Christmas is the 16th that evening at the New Salem Community Center. Starts at 7. And then we have a live nativity scene in the park at Veterans Park on the 23rd, and Trenton Methodist is putting that one on from 6 to 8. And I think that's it.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
That's a lot to report.
And just want to give you an update too. In 24, we'll be working on some new wayfinding signage for the county. We are working with the University of Georgia Institute of Government. They're helping us with design work, so I'll bring that back to you and let you see that once we get that going. That'll be several months. But we're working on getting some wonderful signage so people know where things are in Dade County.
All right.
Thank you.
Any questions? Any questions?
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Y'all put out a great newsletter.
Good job.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay, move down to 4B. This is an online presentation. Ms. Laura Beth Cunningham. We got that, Alex?
It's just, I think. It's just
Online, there's nothing? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. How about our library sheet? Is it the same way?
It's the
You don't
same,
have a,
yeah.
okay. All right. All right, Don. This is Mr. Don Townsend. He's going to read our monthly financial report. And Becca, I'm sorry. Becca, geez.
All right. As of November 30th, the general fund had a balance of $1,659,076. We have $1.5 million on hand in certificate of deposits. So it's a total amount available of $3,159,076. Federal Asset Fund, U.S. Treasury, a balance of $0. Sheriff Special Fund, a balance of $6,823. Drug Abuse Education Fund, $6,523. Supplemental Juvenile Services Fund, $29,084. Victim Assistance Fund, $1,229. Jail Fund, $13,389. Federal Asset Fund, Department of Justice, $0. American Rescue Plan, $1,192,661. Accommodations tax, $279,436. And let's see, employee flexible spending account, $40,803. Payroll account, $11,427. Still remaining in the old SPLOST is $97,185. 2021 SPLOST, the projects account, $92,282. SPLOST proceeds account, $2,731,388. And then there's nothing left in those other Series 13 bonds. So let's see, the income statement as of October 31st, we had for the month of October, we brought in $2,679,511. We had budgeted $2,265,591, so we were in, let's see, excess of funds of $413,920. Year-to-date, we've collected $4,888,408. We budgeted $4,269,244. And so we were in excess of funds of $619,164. And just so you know, a lot of that is the tax commissioner, is trying to guess when people's going to pay their taxes. So, I mean, that'll kind of level off by their December report. Then in October, as on October 31st, also for the expense side, we brought expense $1,241,755,000, budgeted $1,454,757. So we were under budget $213,000. And then for year to date, we've expensed $4,767,770, and it budgeted $5,232,548, and that's under budget $464,788. So budget attained through October 31st should be at 33.33%. Revenues attained were at 34.18%, and expenses attained were at 32.88%. Local option sales tax collection for the month of November was $279,256.37, and special purpose local option sales tax for the same period was $349,070.76. Then you have the 2021 tracking worksheet you see there attached. There's nothing out of ordinary there to report. Let's see, let me get down to the bottom. I didn't print it tonight. I'm trying to comply. Budget-wise, on the tax commissioner's report, we have $6,248,000, and that's for the entire budget. We have collected so far through October 31st, $1,596,278. So it looks like it's quite short, but that's normal. That's fine. That's about 25.55% of her budget for the revenue-wise for the year, and that will I think brought in a check for what, 2.8 million. So because taxes were due, November 20th or something like that, or 15th or whatever. So a lot of tax money came in this period, and you'll see that reflected on next month's report. And that concludes the report.
Okay. Any questions for Mr. Don? Anybody? Okay. If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve our financial report as presented. I have a motion.
Motion to approve is read.
Okay. Have a second.
I'll second.
Okay. Got a second. Okay. Call vote. Mr. Lowry?
Yes.
Hartline?
Yes.
Gall?
Yes.
Ms. Bradford?
Yes.
Chair votes yes. Okay. All right. Robin, you got any well,
He
the
does-
ghost
he
here, I'm
does
so used
not.
to doing that. Yeah, this is the only meeting I know of he's missed in
Yeah,
I don't
I'm
even
glad.
remember how many
If he's
years,
got
you
the
know.
flu, I don't want it. So.
a senior moment there, people. All right. No unfinished business and our new business. We know there's nothing there. All right. The reading of the minutes of the last month's regular meeting and any special call meetings will not be required. All commissioners have been furnished copies in advance. The minutes are public record and available for review in our county commission office. Minutes are included in the consent agenda at this time. I'll ask Mr. Townsend to go over the consent agenda, and we will entertain a motion pertaining to that.
Okay. We have approval of the agenda as amended to move number 7 to under number 3. Item number 3, that is. Philip, Commissioner of Hartline, added SPLOST purchase and procedures, and also North Dade Station number 4 discussion. Then we had approval of the previous meeting minutes, the review of the personal status report, The historic courthouse restoration report and project report is given by Mr. Cole Atkins of BCM as project manager. The board appointments this evening were Resolution R-40-23, a reappointment of Mr. Wesley Bradford to the Board of Health for a 6-year term, commencing January 1st, 2024, and expiring December 31st, 2029. Resolution R-41-23, appointment of James Michael Eckhart to the Board of Assessors for a 3-year term, commencing January 1st, 2024, expiring 12/31/2026. Resolution R-42-23, reappointment of Mr. Shannon Henry to the Northwest Georgia Joint Development Authority Board for a 4-year term, commencing January 1st, 24 through December 31st, 2027. Resolution R-43-23 of reappointment of Mr. John Case to the Limestone Valley RC&D Board for a 2-year term, commencing January 1st, 2024, expiring 12/31/25. Resolution R-44-23, a reappointment of Mr. George Williams to the Northwest Georgia Regional Commission Board for a 1-year term, commencing January 1st, 2024, expiring 12/31/24. The resolution R-45-23, a reappointment of a member, Mr. Tony Payne, to the Water and Sewer Authority Board. That's a 5-year term commencing January 1st, 2024 through December 31st, 2028. Let's see. Proclamation recognizing the Georgia Military Veterans Hall of Fame. Resolution R-37-23, a recommendation to Georgia Governor Kemp and the Georgia General Assembly to continue efforts to reform and improve mental health services in Georgia, as requested by the Association of County Commissioners of Georgia. I don't know that this was on consent agenda, but just to commence with the a notice of intent to begin the abandonment of Pleasant Hill, so that will come later. And again, then
What did you say that last?
the commencement of a notice of intent. We'll pass a resolution
okay.
probably next month, I would think. And then the letter, I don't know if it was on the consent agenda, I didn't hear, but to all departments to come before Board of Commissioners to approve SPOS purchases. That's all I've got.
All right. Any questions, corrections? No, I'll entertain a motion to approve our consent agenda as presented. Do I have a motion to approve?
I make a motion to approve.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Hartline. All right, I got a second from Mr. Lowry. Call the vote. Mr. Lowry?
Yes.
Mr. Hartline?
Yes.
Mr. Gall?
Yes.
Ms. Bradford?
Yes.
And chair votes yes. Thank you. Approved. Okay. And there's no executive session tonight. Y'all want to add anything that you maybe forgot?
Just Merry Christmas.
Oh, yeah, be careful. If you're traveling through the holidays or even around here, just be careful and hope everybody has a safe Christmas and a Merry Christmas. And we appreciate everyone sticking with us tonight and being here. So I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. Have a motion.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Have a second.
Second.
Okay, I got a second. Mr. Goff. All right, Mr. Lowry.
Yes.
Hartline.
Yes.
Goff.
Yes.
Bradford.
Yes.
And chair votes yes. Okay. Meeting adjourned. Thank you.